beautiful day to my beautiful people. How are y'all doing today? It's your girl Shaman Rain. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you are already subscribed, if you are already a part of the gang, welcome back, yo. First of all, I look a hot mess, y'all. But I'm off. I took this time off. I wasn't going to sit in the grass. I was just kind of, and God just kept telling me, just do it. Get outside of yourself. It's not about you. So that's the message today, is stop taking things so personal. We're going to get right into the meat and potatoes because that's just what we got to do. But before we get into that, make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for more notifications from your girl. Okay, so last night I was meditating and I was just thinking about what God is doing. You know what I'm saying? There has been a lot of death around, and as I say that, there's a blackbird just walking in my yard. There has been a lot of death. There has been a lot of confusion. There has been a lot of competition and jealousy and just destruction. There has been a lot of that going on. And so God wanted me to come and tell you that wading in the water is not a bad thing. Y'all see that? Wading in the water is not a bad thing, okay? In order to wade in the water, you have to understand that God is going to trouble those waters, right? But it's also a test of faith. Are you going to trust that God is going to do it for you? Or do you feel like, I can't wade in the water because I don't know how to swim, or I can't wade in the water because it's looking a little crazy. Look at the waves. They're going to swallow me whole. Like, okay. But if God is the creator of it all, don't you think that he would save you by being obedient? Stop taking everything so personal. It's not always about you. It's not always about you. Sometimes it's for the other person's glory, okay? It's for the other person to get out that rut because you were able to be vulnerable. You were able to say, hey, you know what? That was kind of scary, but I'm here. That's what I'm here for. To tell you, it can be kind of scary, but I'm still standing. So what makes you think that you can't? God is wanting you to be graceful in your movements and your actions. Again, stop taking everything so personal. And it's funny that would be one of the messages, because my family has always told me, don't take, and not just my family, but people in general, because of the type of person that I am. I'm going to let you know. When something ain't sitting right, I'm like, but no, we're not going to, you know. And it's always, don't take things so personal. Don't be so emotional. Okay. So I had to sit with that for 30 years. And at the peak of 31, my birthday next month, period. At the peak of 31, I understand it. I understand it in a different context. I understand it in a different light. These people weren't just telling me not to take things personal because of my own accord, but so that I can truly hear God. You see, he was already shaping me to learn how to not take things personal. As much as everybody loves to say don't take things personal, 10 times out of 10, it's the rest of the world taking it personal. But because you have called out the difference, it's like, oh, no. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, right? But taking things personal can be something as simple as the job saying, I don't need you, after they said that they needed you. And now you're upset because now you were banking on that money. You was banking on that bread. You was going to spend it before you even got it. But God said, don't take it personal, because I'm calling you off to create more. I'm calling you off to tap into that same energy, but in a different light. So the same energy, but in a different light that Spirit has brought up was y'all's sexual energy. And I was a little uncomfortable talking about it, but it was literally just 4:44 when I started talking about it, right? And Spirit wants you to know that that is the same energy and urge that you feel to go and do whatever you do with whomever you do it with, is the same energy that God is giving you to learn how to create something. Sex is not just for pleasure, but it is for the creation of life. You see, when two people are doing the act, 10 times out of 10, it was intended to create life. But now society has told you to do it just for the instant gratification and the pleasure. How is this pleasurable if after you got up and both of y'all are just swapping energy and you still ain't got your shit together? Your life still ain't where you want it to be. How is that pleasurable? How does that make you feel good? Because you go to bed on a high, but then you wake up and you're low. You wake up and you don't know if you want to create something. You wake up and you don't know left from right. You wake up and you're late for work. You know what I'm saying? And then you get up and you do it all over again because it was that instant gratification, something that you felt good at. Why can't you pour into yourself and feel good at doing something else? God told me, don't go to work. I took it personal very much because, one, they said that they needed me, and I was banking on that because I got things that I'm trying to do, as everybody else is and does, and but God is trying to show me, if you move according to my plan, if you are graceful in your movement and actions, if you are wise with your time, I will give you that and more. So here I am. What about you? Sitting in the sun, sitting in the grass. Y'all, I got out the tub and I ain't even put on no deodorant. Like, just raw. Coming to give God the glory. He said, go tell my people, go save my people. Whoever needed to hear this message, honey, I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you are here. Because the co-creator in you is asking you to do something. It's asking you to do something. Knocking on the door and say, hey, you. Your higher self is saying, hey, you. I keep asking you to do this work. You don't, why you acting like you don't want to do this work? Why you acting like you don't want, why you acting like we can't be better than this? Why are you constantly giving away our good energy? Taking this poor piss pot ass energy and then feeling like, and then turning around and taking everything personal. And it starts with yourself. She don't like me. He don't like me. He only using me. She only using me. They only want this from me. So why do you keep doing it? Utilize, manifest something better. Manifest something larger than life. Manifest something that man cannot give, but only God. You hear what I'm saying? It's time to really allow yourself to be transformed. To truly be transformed. It's time to allow yourself to really fall into God's unchanging hands. Confirmation. It's time to truly listen. When God places leaders in your life, you hear that bird up there communicating, they telling you just as much as I'm telling you. The insects came, the birds came, the butterflies came. When are you going to show up for you? When are you going to say, okay, enough is enough? When are you going to say, all right, I got this. I'm gonna be graceful in my movement, graceful in my actions. I'm going to utilize when I'm feeling the urge to do something, get up and create. That's how you get close to God. That's how you allow God to just go through you, so that somebody else can hear and receive a message, whatever it is, whether it's painting, whether it's cooking, whether it's singing, whether it's writing poetry, whether it's making jewelry, whether it's cleaning somebody else's house. Allow God to use you. I'm out here doing what I got to do. Old boy over there next door is choking. You heard what I'm saying? Allowing God to use me, lifting the vibrations of this whole block of mine. That's how powerful God's work is. That's how powerful his energy is when you allow it to come through and flow through you. As above, so below. I hope this message resonates with you. I hope the messages around the collective messages have been about, it's not on you. It's not on you. You can't look the part. You can't want to have the piece of arm candy to be the part. You have to literally just be yourself. Allow your higher self to just shine through. Let God use you. The anointing over your life will speak louder than anything. Let that do the talking. As always, I send you with peace, love, light, and joy. I'll be getting up with y'all. Y'all will be seeing more of me because it's time. It's time. It's time. Toodles.